This episode of Lore Drop is sponsored by R. Gene Smith. Thank you so much for all your hard work and support, Mom.
It's like nobody's watching. Nobody watched the old movies where the robots take over the world. They become bad.
They just watch movies and anime where the robot girls are their girlfriends. They're like, yeah, that's the world I want to live in. No, you fools. It's all a trap by Gemstone.
This is a reminder that this is an anti-AI
Yes,
podcast.
we're an anti-AI podcast and group.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to Lore Drop, a reinvent podcast where we drop lore about reinvent.
I don't like that.
There's no.
Makes it sound like we're pooping.
Literally, it's like, I just dropped some fat lores over there in the toilet.
We are not pooping on this podcast. Not while recording, anyway.
Nope.
All right, this is off to a great start. I'm Abby, the executive director of Reinvent Productions.
I am Ben, the creator and artistic director.
And I'm Matt. I'm just Matt.
Matt, in previous episode, if you heard him in episode 12, he is the voice of Maurice Williams for season 1 of Cataclysm, and
I mean the rest of the season too.
Unless you decide that you hate us and we have to recast you, or
Probably,
whatever.
unless you realize I'm a terrible voice actor and you recast me.
So Matt is the voice of Maurice Williams. Realize you've done a mini little reinvent thing where you are a goon who punches a child.
Matt Moldy,
man, with my power of mold and mildew, I'll make you stinky.
There was a event at Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center that we are where we are residents at, that we did a thing for Lubbock Cultural Arts Foundation's 5th birthday, and we did a little Persia skit where she fought a bad guy, the bad guy being Matt.
It was super fun. I enjoyed playing super goofy and then super just like deadpan almost.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great.
Oh yeah, you beat up Ben in that scene. That was very fun.
Yeah. I said, take that, nerd.
Yeah, it was good.
You with your drawing and acting.
Yeah.
I say as a person who also loves drawing and acting.
Just because you can read.
Yeah.
Before we get into this week's lore drop, which is probably going to be a little bit more chaotic, it's going to be a lot more of Matt and I asking questions of Ben, and we'll see how this goes. It's gonna be a little bit different. But before we get into talking about the DCPD, what anime tree are we today?
We're Kid and Patty, and I forget the other sister's name from Soul Eater. That's how chaotic it's gonna be. Ben is gonna be trying to rein us in like Kid, and we're just gonna be like.
I'm thinking. I'm on.
I don't know. I think Abby's the one reining it in.
Oh, Ben with his boyfriends. We'll see. Yeah.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that assessment, though.
Today we're going to be talking about the Dustria City Police Department, which is one of the major entities that the Cataclysm story kind of follows and explores. And Ben is going to give us kind of a rundown of the DCPD. And then Matt and I are going to ask questions.
Yeah.
We're going to see how it goes.
So yeah, the Dustria City Police Department, DCPD for short, is, as the name might suggest, the police department of Dustria City.
What?
I'm crazy, I know. But yeah, it is one that the DCPD is founded in the 40s, specifically 1942. Is the year that they're officially approved. They are approved by Councilman Leopold Briggs at the time, who is
Briggs.
he is the father of Richard Briggs, and then it is also the first chief of police is Walter Anderson, and the first police commissioner is Glenn Ellis. And so those are some of the 3 characters who are big founding figures in the DCPD. And so from there they go on. Some of the structure wise. The DCPD operates with 20 precincts across Dustria City, and they sort of split the city into 7 districts. And so they all have their own areas that they operate under. Each of those districts has a captain that is like the head of the chain of command in that district, and they all report to the chief, and the chief reports to the commissioner, who reports to the Council of Three. But yeah, so some notable members of the DCPD include, of course, Richard Briggs, Gregory Porter, Maurice Williams, and many, many more. It is quite a large organization with a lot of different members who serve different roles and capacities and everything. And so if I listed off like all of the notable members, it would be like half the cast of Cataclysm. And some of their notable adversaries are Gemstone Industries is a big one, as well as the Order of the Unbound, and many other criminal groups and organizations as well. But yeah, and so like we said, they are founded in 1942, and this group is also disbanded in 2018. In an event called the Fall of the DCPD, when roughly a little bit more than half of the force, the DCPD, turns out to be on a secret payroll by Gemstone Industries. They are actually working for Gemstone and end up turning on the other half and leading to the dissolvement of the DCPD finally. And so from there, the sort of half of them end up, some of them work for Gemstone Industries, some of them are left sort of, all right, cool, thank you for your service, we don't need you anymore. And then the rest of them who were like actually with the DCPD, a lot of them end up either dying or they join the stand afterwards. But yeah, that is sort of the basic rundown of the DCPD. They are a quite large group for while they were around, and there are a lot of individual smaller stories that are to be had and shared across their history.
So some of the police force, or a good chunk of the police force, ends up working for the bad guys.
Yeah.
By the time that we get to What If, the first stage play that we did for reInvent, there's no police department.
There is no police force. Nope.
It's just court spots.
Yep. Yeah, that is one of the things that happens in Cataclysm is that basically Gemstone Industries develops the court spots under the guise of saying, okay, we're going to develop these robots to assist our law enforcement officers to give them, extra forces, because there's a lot of people with superpowers popping up and our police officers aren't able to handle all of it. So clearly they need something a little bit extra. And we, a very benevolent organization, are happy to provide these. And then
free
it turns
of
out,
charge.
I don't know I don't think it's free of charge. But
Gemstone said, "No, well, hold on now.
yeah,
There's money.
we don't like the city that much."
yeah. And then, so at this meeting where they're proposing this deal, 2 of the 3 members of the Council of Three are assassinated. The third one is kidnapped. And ultimately, after a citywide search by several groups, it is a group of court spots who ends up finding the third council member, Roy Smith. And so that convinces him to be like, okay, cool, they are right. We are approving this initiative of putting the court spots in our police force.
It's like nobody's watching. Nobody watched the old movies where the robots take over the world. They become bad.
They just watch movies and anime where the robot girls are their girlfriends. They're like, yeah, that's the world I want to live in. No, you fools. It's all a trap by Gemstone.
This is a reminder that this is an anti-AI
yes,
podcast.
we're an anti-AI podcast and group. But yeah, and so eventually the court spots are integrated into the police force, and then this thing called the Emerald Protocol, which is the thing that triggers the change of like, okay, sleeper agents, not actually sleeper agents, but people who are lying in wait, go ahead, pull the trigger, shoot the other people, and the court spots help out with that.
Ugh.
That eventually leads on to the whole master plan is Gemstone trying to have total control over law enforcement, and the only way to have total control over that is for it to be automated. And so that leads to the complete dissolution of the DCPD into being completely replaced by court spots.
Oh man, you knew the fall of man, way back when. You were like, this is if this is how society crumbles. Yeah. It's gonna be due to robots and AI. And it would have worked if it weren't for Matt Moldy.
Called my shot in 2016.
Yeah. The John Cena theme song kicks in.
Make the robot stinky.
It's like, yeah, can't move those gears when they're all moldy. They get shot.
because he's just a guy who won't shower.
What the hell were you doing? I don't know. I was trying to help.
Oh, that's crazy.
Man, I wonder like the size of the DCPD when it started, because you said it started in the 40s. Like, did it start just like with a group of just ragtag homies that were like, we're gonna protect this city?
It was I'm trying to see. I used to have a thing of like, here's the actual like hard fast numbers of how many people it is. That was like way back. It's lost to history or some file somewhere in my room that I don't know.
4chan.
But yeah, no, the early stuff was pretty ragtag, because it was the if I'm looking at this document, yeah, they started with like 3 precincts. And then it was like, okay, let's add more and more as we go. And so it was one of those. It's like, all right, we basically expand to the number, and 20 is like the final number. They're like, no, now we have decent coverage over the whole city.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a good few hundred.
And I feel like having that many people, though, that's why it's like so easy for like Gemstone to like sneak in, because it's like you have so many people to like manage, I guess. So much shit going on in Dustria City, because it's not a nice place.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want to help us out? Hell yeah, get in here, buddy.
Yeah. Well, and that was one we did a one shot after What If, a D&D one shot where we basically went back to because I wanted to show the people. I wanted to show our actors in that show of like, okay, let me show you guys the origin of like when there was a police force, and it's still like it's a little bit like on the early side of when the power rings started showing up, but I think because it took place in 2015. And so what it really was like the early origin of court spots was what this one shot ended up being. And it was a group of police officers from the 10th precinct ended up going to investigate a murder case at this rich guy's house. And so they go in there and they found out that there are several dead bodies in here, as well as a little secret like tunnel cave underneath of the house that don't ask too many questions about it. But basically this group of police officers ends up going like all trapped down in there, and they encounter a handful of like prototype court spots in here that they end up fighting all of them. And I don't remember how many players we had at this table.
I was in Liz Morgan's living room.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
But and so we ended up in there, and then all of a sudden Andrew Blood shows up, and basically like gets the court spots to stop beating them all up, because they were losing the fight.
Yeah, no, it was not going
to
well.
the prototypes.
Yeah, it was like I think they had destroyed one of them, but there were still like 3 more.
Oh gosh.
And they were all like on their last legs. And so basically at this point, Andrew offered these police officers a deal. He said, "Hey, you destroyed one of them, which is still pretty impressive." And Andrew tells him, he's like, "I'm not fully on board with these court spots yet, so I want to offer you a deal." And that's when, so Andrew starts sowing the seeds and recruiting from there in 2015 is when that starts happening.
Oh, cool. That was going to be my question. It's like, when did this start?
Yeah. And so that's one of those things. And it was one is like, I like, he was given the order to do this. Is like, I don't know, like this is one of your side jobs that you have as well. Cause it was early on. It was one of the first things that he was doing with Gemstone. It was not long after he joined them. That he was being sent out on these kinds of missions and stuff. But yeah, and basically I think it was all but one of them said, okay, yeah, we'll work for you undercover. Because he was like, basically the deal was until we give you the signal, you work as normal police officers. You will get an extra paycheck on top of this to not tell anyone that we had this conversation ever. And so he's like, you will get an extra paycheck and when we give you the signal, you will just have to turn on the people who are not part of our group. And only one of those police officers said no, and he said the rest of you can prove your loyalty right now by killing him.
Oh man!
And they did it. Was it Justin Gonzalez who was playing the what?
Yep, Hefter Dolark.
Damn.
Yep, he was on. It was his retirement mission too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh man, that was. Justin Gonzalez is one of those D&D players who like he will commit.
Oh man, I love him.
To his like character sheet, like whatever he wrote, those personality traits and like flaws and all the things he commits to those.
I would be like, you dumb bastard, just commit. It's like, we're on cop salary here, bro. It's like we could use the cash. We just gotta, just turn a blind eye. Who doesn't do Come on. Murking a homie right before retirement. It's like
so it's 3 years of them building up the trader cell, basically.
Trader cell's a different thing.
Oh, sorry.
The Gemstone payroll.
The Trader Joe's.
I've got Spy Show on the mind. Interesting.
We'll talk about that when we talk about Cadence.
Oh,
Man, oh
jeez.
man. So 3 years of just like getting recruits, like turning these, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and how wild that. Could you just imagine just being like a secretary, just another day in the, in the police department. Oh, the Emerald Protocol just starts, everyone's starting to shoot. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty. I remember because we made a short film that's not canon, but it was something with Greg Porter,
Yep.
and his niece Christina, because Christina. Accidentally became a Project Alpha experiment.
Yep.
But do you still have that it's canon that like he was away from the precinct whenever the Emerald Protocol happened, or
No,
is that
'cause
going to be a retcon?
Because I rewrote that script, remember?
I do not. Tell me
Oh.
more about it.
So yeah, so what happens is that the first instant of the Emerald Protocol being put into place in the 10th precinct, the same one that Andrew recruited those first recruits from. The captain of that district was Greg Porter, and he's one of the people who like started the stand later on, right? So he, from like the 90s, had this feeling that something isn't right in this city, and so had a plan with Chief Briggs to basically make a backup like group that they could fall onto if something ever happened to the police force. And so there was one day in early 2018, I think. That it's just a normal day at the 10th precinct, and Greg gets a phone call from just like a random number. It's like a payphone, and it's a voicemail from his niece Christina, who he has not spoken to or seen in a couple years. Oh, wait, no, it happens 2017 is when this test drive happens. But so Christina was sent to this up and coming like medical research company called Project Alpha because they said, hey, we think we might be on to the cure for cancer and all these other things. It wasn't actually cancer that she was sent for. Christina had fibromyalgia, so she was sent for an experimental treatment for that. And then there's one day he gets a call from her. Then all of a sudden, she shows up at his door, like inside the precinct at his office door. And he's like, whoa, what? How did you get here? You were over, for reference, for anyone who doesn't remember, Dustria City is in Canada, and she was being treated in America. And he was like, how are you here all of a sudden? And she was like on the verge of passing out too. And so he's like looking into what's going on. He sees the report that it's like, oh no, the fibromyalgia is gone. And now she has this she just showed up. And so while he's in there talking with her and trying to figure out what happens, there's an email that is sent to everyone who works at the 10th precinct. And all it says is initiate Emerald Protocol. And so all of a sudden outside, just hears a gunshot. And what happens is that Yaladra Rowena, who is basically the SWAT officer of that precinct, just put one right in the head of like the nearest person who is not part of this payroll group. And so it was when all of a sudden a firefight is breaking out in here, and the court spot kicks into gear and starts cutting people down who are not actually part of the payroll group. And so realizes this is going on, takes Christina down to his secret little bunker, records a message of himself to leave behind for whoever finds it, basically saying is like, something happened, I don't know what's going on, but I'm heading off to start off the stand. And then Christina tells him, hey, I think I have an idea. Is there somewhere that's safe for us right now? He tells her, we have to make it to the forest. And then in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden they are there. And so they find out Christina can teleport. And so that is the first instance of the Emerald Protocol being enacted. And it is like a mystery for a while. They're like, what happened here? Because everyone, the payroll group basically kills everyone who is not with them. And then they all go off to join up with Gemstone. And so there was no traces left behind until later on Maurice Williams investigates it with another group of people. But yeah, that is the first instance of that happening.
Man, like I said, you covered so much stuff, man. It's like you answer all the questions when I have them, so I'm like, all right, yeah. I was like, well, it's all there.
Here's a question. So at one point, the DCPD, I mean, it is disbanded and is just court spots. What's the rest of like Canada think about Dustria City?
At that point,
Heard they just like, this is not really.
well, it's not long after.
Sorry,
It's not long after that the DCPD disbands, that basically the Council of Three like declares Dustria City like its own like sovereign state, basically. of like, okay, we're like, none of you are in charge of us anymore. We have robots and superpowers. Make us. That's basically what they pull at that point.
Man, Texas is just waiting to pull
I'll
that
say,
trigger.
they're still like really close to Canada, but Canada is all too eager to be like, cool, don't got to worry about you. Say less.
Well, it also works at Dustria City is an island.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or like
Yeah, it's on an island off the west coast.
Makes sense, yeah. Gosh, just imagine Canada be like, oh, shucks, man. Oh, we don't got to deal with you guys.
Man.
We're not going to put tax dollars into y'all. Whew. Whoa, Nelly.
Oh, darn.
Gosh, just imagine just all the people, well, what the hell? Like, man, what about us? It's like, what does that mean? It's like, I have all these Canadian dollars. Like, what do I do with this?
Back to the gold standard.
Yeah, no, it's like just like paying people in like gemstone bucks. You know, it's like the mom bucks from Roderick Rule. It's like, all right, you guys rat out your neighbor, you get some gemstone bucks. It's like, all right. You know?
I was sure. I think this is probably one of the other things that of this this payroll group, the highest ranking DCPD member who is on this payroll is the warden of the Dustria City Prison.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's not a good time.
That is Warden Ronaldo Merlin. But yeah.
Great name.
Yeah.
Would like he ever just be like, all right, we're gonna like unleash all these convicts out on the city? Is he-
Not on the city, but there's a few instances in the Cataclysm story where like there's some highly suspect things that happen in the prison. Of like there's a bit where there's during the Order of the Unbound incident, there's a few people who are in there like investigating because they're like, hey, we have a couple of these like monks that have come into the city, and they're like, cool, we need to ask them some questions. And then it's like, oops, all the prisoners are let out in this room that you're in.
Oops, all prisoners.
And so it's like it's this group of like 20 like high profile violent prisoners.
Gosh, Matt Moldy's in there.
But they're like set loose to fight a group of like 4 people.
Oh my gosh,
4 or 5 people.
what?
Yeah. And so, and like it's 4 like it's the 4 main characters, and so it's like Severica and the rest of them, and so it's like they win, but it's one of those is like, that's how did that happen, Warden? He says, I don't know.
It's a good question. Let's investigate that later, though.
Yeah. And then there's also a later incident when some high profile members of the bandits are being held in like the high security part of the prison, and there's like a full-on jailbreak that is like, this shouldn't have happened. How did this happen? And the warden's just like, I don't know. Low funding. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's one of those is like the prison already doesn't have a great reputation even in the DCPD.
Okay.
It's like being stationed here is like, no, that's like a end of your career sentence.
Oh,
basically.
really?
And it's one of those, and like he takes advantage of that.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, they send you here, and you should have a bone to pick with them. Let me offer you a deal.
Yeah.
You know?
So this ain't no like Bell Rev, super like lockdown kind of prisons. This is like, we know we suck. All the tax dollars in Canada are going to healthcare, so we're just gonna.
Yeah, it's like the closest. I wouldn't call it like an Arkham Asylum type play, but it's definitely like a Blackgate type of prison where it's like, oh no, this is not good.
Oh, jeez Louise, man.
Or like the Raft.
See a whole like section of the prison, like, the warden don't touch us. Like we kind of rule here. We have our own little hierarchy.
Yeah. It's like a Daredevil season like 2. Whenever he goes to like Strikers to visit Kingpin, and it's like, oh, you run this place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a great.
So cool. So, like Briggs and stuff. Did he have like? Has it been kind of like a family thing for him being in the prison, or not prison, in the DCPD, or is it just like?
A little bit, because his dad was his grandpa was on the Council of 3 and like approved the DCPD, and then his dad was a police captain as well. So like, when Briggs was growing up, he was like, yeah, cool, this is the family. My dad was a police officer, and this all, one of those is like, this just runs in the family. This is what we do. And for Briggs, it was definitely like out of spite.
Really?
For him, and this is one we'll get into in that episode, but like he was a troublemaker as a kid, and so he's like something like people were like, you want him out too much. He's like, okay, no, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and then he becomes, unfortunately, the final chief of police.
Oh, damn it.
And he was a great chief in his time.
Yeah.
But
there's just so much corruption and
Yeah.
evil around him. It's he can only one man can only do so
yeah,
much.
because that, and it also doesn't help him as well that like in that time as well, in his time, his partner coming up in the force, he made his name big on the first like instance of the Order of the Unbound, because there's an instance in the 80s when they first show up, and so that's a whole thing that he is dealing with at that time. His partner at the time, Suresh Kapoor, has like a career-ending injury from it, but ends up still working on the force, just like not on like the front lines or anything,
Yeah.
right? But Kapoor ends up becoming the police commissioner when Briggs is chief. And so the thing is, after the Council of Three assassination happens, Kapoor then ends up being elected into the Council of Three. The thing about that is that at that point, Roy Smith is also he was the last like Council of Three member who was left alive after the assassination thing, and that's not by coincidence, because Gemstone was like, you're the easiest one to influence, and you are now under you now do what we say. And they gave him the Sapphire power ring, which basically gives him like the power of suggestion, sort of like Kilgrave in Marvel, Purple Man. So like if he says a command, the person just does it. And so the thing is that like these other two people get elected in, and Roy Smith has this ring, and he's like, cool. Now they basically just agree with him on everything, and so it doesn't help that case any.
Yeah,
that corruption is coming from the executive government.
I think that's like really cool, and I really like, I don't know, I really like the trope of like, you'll never amount to anything. It's like, well, let me prove you wrong, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it kind of like how he's so, I guess like in their place in the police force, he's the opposite of Maurice, because it's like, you'll never amount to anything. Well, I want to be here and prove you guys wrong. Maurice is like, hey, you're really good at this, go do it. And it's like, all right, I don't really.
I want to paint pictures.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw this really kick-ass bird I would really like to paint, but all right, I guess I'm gonna go shoot fireballs at people.
At what point did the Superpower Investigations Unit pop up?
The Superpowered Investigations Unit starts in 2015.
Oh damn.
And so the power rings start going around in 2014 is when the first ones are made, and then the others are distributed in 2015. But it is Detective Elijah Patterson is the one who starts the SIU. And he actually starts it before he gets a power ring of his own. But he starts it, and he's like, okay, cool. We need a group that is dedicated to investigating what the heck is going on with all this stuff. And so they basically take any cases or matters that are related to superpowered individuals and stuff. And so it's one of those that like Detective Patterson was like the top detective of the force. And so Briggs was like, yeah, go for it. All you, man. He's like, let me give you some, and it was one of those that like Briggs and Patterson together like handpicked the people that were going into that one. And so that was one that like again that group consists of Patterson, it has Elizabeth Walters, Maurice Williams, Thomas Jones, Neil Sanders, Adam Dahl. Later on, Navita and Severka end up becoming basically like consultants for them, of being like, hey, you're extra people who are on hand and are like really helpful for us, you know. But yeah, so that is a pretty small group and stays that way kind of the whole time. And they are sort of on the front lines of anything going on with Gemstone Industries and the Bandits and the Bastions and all that stuff.
I want to circle back to the robot thing.
Yeah.
What is the rest of the world? Is there like any commentary happening from the rest of the world when a entire police force is just robots? Like, is Megalo City talking about the fact that Dustria City is?
The thing is that like the data is there to back it up. Like the crime rate does dramatically go down once it's just court spots, you know, and like that is entirely because Gemstone is pulling the strings behind the scenes. But the rest of the world is like, yeah, it's kind of creepy, but I guess we can't argue with the results.
Yeah.
You know, there can't be corruption if they can't think for themselves, I suppose. But I think it's one of those, it's like, well, that's wild. You know, and I think it's one of those, it's like, that's like in the Reinvent universe, that's a huge like social media, like battlegrounds basically of like looking at this thing that's going on. But I think for most people around the world in other major metropolitan cities, they're like, oh yeah, no, I think I've heard about that or whatever. But it doesn't, you know, really affect me over in Megalo City or in New York or Washington, D.C. or London or whatever. Even though it will, and it does a little bit in later on, but because Gemstone does eventually start sending court spots and like offering them to other places around the world.
Oh yes, I just find that interesting just to think about being like, is because Dustria City is not so. The closest thing that we can equate Dustria City to with like real world comic books is Gotham City. Like if you're like thinking about it, it's like this is Gotham City, but it's not like run down. Like Dustria City is pretty advanced.
Yeah.
Like it and like I remember us talking about when we were developing What If, that like the school that Percy goes to is like a good school. Like they're technically it's not a bad place to live. But it's not a good place either. And I just think that's interesting, especially when it turns out that the cops get replaced by robots. Y'all seen RoboCop?
Yeah, right.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
They get like cool uniforms. Like, what's up with that?
The badge you made for them is pretty cool.
Oh, so yeah, I did make a logo insignia badge design thing.
It's gonna be on the screen right
Somewhere.
now. It's right here.
Yeah, we can put it in
Find
the
it in the show notes. Yeah.
Oh man, that's really dope. And to see like Maurice like looking at that badge, just burning it, you know?
Yeah,
Just,
dude.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'll send it in his fingers.
Mhm.
Man, that's a good picture.
So
right
it's a
there.
box of lies.
Yeah.
It's a badge of lies.
No, absolutely. Well, like that's one as well, like that, because especially for the people in the 17th precinct, because that's the one we see the DCPD through in Cataclysm. And it's like anyone who is there is like, I think when I did the math, like that one has the lowest concentration of like turncoats basically. And that is like not coincidence really, because you know the chief is there.
Yeah.
But it's also like the people in that precinct really are like a tight knit group that it does feel like for them especially like a personal failure that this happened. And especially for Briggs of like, there's like, well, I guess they were right.
Damn.
It all failed under my watch.
No, Briggs, don't listen to them.
It's not your fault.
They're just really, really bad. The Sparkle people are bad. Now we're gonna have to put the gemstone logo in the notes just so people understand.
Gosh, all of a sudden we just see like a new Disney movie they announce, and like that's the logo for it. It's like, you bastard!
No, stay away.
You're so evil. You stole from us.
But yeah, and like that's the thing I always say is like Dustria City is a tragic place. It's nothing good lasts very long there.
Get out of there, Percy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she gets sent to Rondor.
Yeah, and I think the specific thing I would say for like the connection to like Gotham City is like because we would say during What If like it's Gotham City without a Batman, but even more importantly, it's without a Bruce Wayne as well. Like they're like the philanthropist in the city, Cole Johnson, is like controllingly, benevolent for everything.
There is a reason. Like he's getting those tax write-offs for very specific reasons.
Yeah.
Bastard. That makes him a villain in my books already. I don't need to know anything else about him.
Yeah.
No, he's not a good guy.
Billionaire philanthropist.
Yeah.
Well, so that's some background on the Dustria City Police Department, which in our upcoming season of Cataclysm that will be coming out mid-June on Wednesdays. I think it's June 22nd that the pilot will be, or episode 1 will be released, which will be a remastered version of the pilot. But if you want to go listen to the pilot right now, we got that linked in the show notes as well. And but this has just been some background on some of the stories that you'll be hearing this season for our 2026 productions and moving forward. Matt, do you got anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out my mom, real one.
Yeah.
We love Sarah Lamar.
Shout out moms, and shout out America. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
That's all I got.
We'll also have Matt's YouTube linked in the show notes as well. Go give him go check him out. It'll be great, and you'll be able to hear his voice in future episodes of Cataclysm, and maybe he'll come back on the podcast. Come chat with us. We like yapping. We like yapping with Matt.
Let's get it.
We got the Matt Moldy episode.
That'd be crazy. I would
Just
love.
sitting here giving the most complex lore, and it's like, well, what does he do? None of that, actually.
I have been. I would love for us in the future to do like writing episodes where we just like write stories.
Yeah.
So I think I was talking to JD about this, that I want to film like a fight video with you that's like a Percy thing where she keeps coming back, or tries to keep coming back home from like being a vigilante or whatever. She comes back in her apartment and there's this random guy in there and she's like, what the hell is this?
I've been waiting for you.
Well, and at one point, she accidentally kills him, and she rewinds. She's like, "Oh no! Oh no!
Whoa.
I wasn't supposed to do that."
Can't kill Mad Mold.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's just a guy.
He's like, this is an evil city. If I'm not evil, I'm going to get murked by someone.
Yeah.
Little does he know, the hero of the city kills his ass.
But I do think that'll be fun in the
Oh,
future that we
absolutely.
just have some writing times together. All right, that is all for today's episode of Lore Drop. Our next episode will be coming out. We will be talking about the court spots. Quick editor's note, we will actually be talking about the Smugglers Network in our next episode, but don't you worry, we'll be talking about those scary robots in an episode very soon. So we'll catch you in the next episode.
And remember, being
Being
fantastic starts with being a fan. Reinvent Productions is proudly sponsored by 5 Points Corporation Lubbock and Savannah Rashida Photography, as well as our other wonderful community patrons. Our home base in Lubbock is Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center at 4228 Boston Avenue. For more information on how to support our 501c3 organization, you can check out our website at www.reinvent-productions.com. To directly support our upcoming audio drama, you can become a Lore Drop sponsor. For just $10, you can sponsor an episode of this podcast. All donations will go towards support for our upcoming production of Children of Destiny Cataclysm Season 1, which will begin releasing episodes June 22nd, 2026. Funds will go towards paying our wonderful voice actors and creative staff for their fantastic talent and time. We have over 30 artists globally working on this production, and we can't wait for you to hear it this summer. You can donate at givebutter.com/Lore Drop sponsor. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at reinvent.productions, as well as on Facebook and Twitch, where we stream gaming and a look behind the scenes on how we create our new works. Be sure to follow us to stay in the loop about upcoming productions, auditions, and more. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lore Drop. Yeah, 76-year history.
76?
Quick math.
76 years?
Yeah,
76?
yeah.
That is almost a funny number.
I have no idea what we're talking about.